All right, what's going on, guys? It's Apoqsi, and today we're going to be talking about something that really intrigues me, and I'm sure it'll intrigue anyone that plays on PC, and I'm sure it'll completely make all the console gamers completely outraged, because that's the reaction to more gamers being able to play games nowadays, I guess, because of gatekeeping. But anyways, I want to talk about the Kotaku article that says, sources: Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PC. And this is by Jason Schrier. And I would not be bringing this article up if I did not believe what they're saying here, if I did not believe their sources, and if I did not think that Jason Schrier was a credible person. He's been right with a lot of things in the past. He has very good inside sources. That and everything that's going on with PlayStation as a brand and the gaming industry in general, it makes everything just seem like it's going to happen. So I'll leave the article linked down below, but we're going to be reading through it here in this video, and I'll be discussing it. There's a lot of interesting information here, and it seems like it's a for sure thing. So here we go. The PlayStation 4 exclusive Horizon Zero Dawn will come to personal computers this year, sources tell Kotaku. It's an unprecedented move for Sony that signals a future in which the publisher releases games on platforms beyond its own console. This news comes from 3 people familiar with Sony's plans, all speaking anonymously because they were not authorized to talk to press. Sony did not immediately respond to a request for comment. I think that point is kind of obvious why they didn't respond with a comment. And for those people that are unaware, when someone like Jason Schrier says that they have 3 sources, it's not just 3 random people that sent him DMs. It's people that they have typically vetted and know that they have insider information and have proven themselves. So just keep that in mind when you hear that, because a lot of the times inside sources, people think of just random people on Reddit saying, my dad owns this business, or I know someone that knows someone. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about actual inside sources, people that have proven that they are familiar with Sony's plans. Horizon Zero Dawn, an open world game set in a post-apocalyptic version of the United States that is being overrun by robot dinosaurs, launched for PS4 in February 2017. It was a critically acclaimed and commercially successful for its developer Guerrilla Games, which is owned and operated by Sony. And like other Sony published games over the past 2 decades, it was exclusive to a PlayStation console, helping drive sales of Sony's hardware in addition to generating revenue on its own. This is where things get very, very juicy. Now, 3 years later, Horizon will be on another platform for the first time. We expect to see the game on both Steam and the Epic Games Store when it launches, although that may not be finalized yet. I find that very interesting because I thought that if Sony were to ever come to the PC platform, I figured that they would have their own platform or own launcher, and that would be that, and try to squeeze as much money out of each and every sale as possible. However, if they're going with Steam and the Epic Games Store, they are going to win PC gamers over so much, not only by just bringing the games over to the PC platform, but by bringing them to platforms that people actually use rather than bringing a brand new one. And further adding on to the annoyance of there being so many different launchers on PC. So that is very interesting. I really hope they don't end up going Epic Games Store exclusive and get some sort of deal, but since it's not finalized yet, I feel like there might be talks. However, we also know that Steam is in talks with companies. They have EA coming back to Steam. They brought Bethesda back to Steam. So this I'm sure is going to be a battle. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. I really hope it just comes to both, because that is my preferred world, is putting the game on all platforms and letting the gamer choose where they want to play their games. That's what I prefer personally. I don't care that the Epic Games Store exists. I just hate exclusivity. I would love if every game just came out on both platforms, but unfortunately that's not the kind of world we live in. So we're gonna have to see where this goes. It will be the first Guerrilla game on a non-PlayStation platform since Sony purchased the Netherlands-based studio in 2005. It will be an opportunity for Guerrilla to show off its entire technical chops. Horizon Zero Dawn, restrained by the PlayStation 4's hardware, was locked at a frame rate of 30 frames per second. We expect the PC version to be more capable. I can't even imagine how beautiful Horizon Zero Dawn is going to look on PC and how smooth it's going to be, because the game is already beautiful on PlayStation 4. So I honestly would love to see what this game would look like on PC, and hopefully they would actually support high refresh rate. I'm assuming they would. Most developers don't lock their frame rate to some weird thing in their engine. However, we have seen in the past that some companies, such as Rockstar and Bethesda Game Studios, do have engines that lock to specific things like that. And when they bring their games to PC, well, they're not what was expected for a PC experience. But honestly, if Sony is bringing their games over to the PC platform with just the quality that we've seen overall from the PlayStation brand and all their games, I think that the ports would be really good. I don't think that they would be botched ports or anything like that. I think that they would probably be some of the best ports we've ever seen on PC. This will be the first big exclusive game from a Sony-owned developer to come to PC. Death Stranding, which launched for PS4 last November and will arrive on PC later this year, was funded and published by Sony, but developed by an independent studio, Kojima Productions. In fact, the PC version of Death Stranding is published by a different company entirely, that being 505 Games. The French studio Quantic Dream, also independent, had a similar arrangement last year, self-publishing its games Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, and Detroit Become Human on PC without Sony's involvement. So both of those studios were independent of Sony. They just have strong relationships with Sony. That's why they were console exclusives for that platform. And the deal with Sony ended with Quantic Dream. So then they released all their games on PC on the Epic Games Store. One other thing Death Stranding and Horizon Zero Dawn share is technology. Both games run on Guerrilla's Decima engine, a robust suite of tools and software for making open-world video games. Guerrilla and Kojima Productions have worked closely together in recent years. For most publishers, the release of a game on PC would be no big deal. Most video game companies try to put their software on as many platforms as possible. But for Sony, this is a remarkable move. Since the launch of the PlayStation 1 in 1994, just about every game funded and developed by Sony has been exclusive to a PlayStation platform. Sony's PC-focused, massively multiplayer online games, including EverQuest, are the main exception. Sony's strategy has always been to drive hardware sales with software and vice versa. One would expect them to take the same approach with future games on the PlayStation 5, which will launch this fall. But as analyst Matt Piscatella has smartly pointed out, the future of video games lies in ecosystems, not platforms. Sony's biggest competitor, Microsoft, has been more upfront about its platform-agnostic strategy, with Xbox boss Phil Spencer talking frequently about wanting to get their games in as many hands as possible. For the past couple of years, Microsoft had released all of its Xbox games on PC as well. Will Sony follow suit with its own slate of PlayStation exclusives? This upcoming PC port of Horizon may be a telling sign. So there you have it. That is the Kotaku article, and it brings up a lot of important things. So what I find interesting here is not only have we heard rumors over and over and over again of Horizon Zero Dawn coming to PC, we are now getting multiple insider sources that have shown in the past that they're familiar with Sony's plans, also saying that Horizon Zero Dawn is coming to PC. And with even further information saying that it's currently planned to be both on Steam and the Epic Games Store. And the thing is, I think Sony sees the writing on the wall, and we've seen a little bit of evidence that Sony is dipping their toes and maybe full diving into the PC platform. We've heard that Dreams, a game made by Media Molecule, which is a subsidiary to Sony, plan on releasing Dreams on the PC. That would be a Sony-owned studio putting a game on PC. So the fact that Sony is even okay with them talking about that, that lets us know that Sony is completely open to releasing games on the PC platform. And the thing is, their competitor, Microsoft, is already doing it. They're already releasing their games on PC. And Sony knows that maybe down the line, consoles may not be a thing. So just like Matt Piscatella has said, and many other people out there, you need to work on having an ecosystem and not just a platform in which you depend upon. And I genuinely think we're going to hear more about this during Sony's event that is rumored for February, a brand new press conference meeting. We're not quite sure what it's going to be, but apparently they're going to be fully revealing the PlayStation 5 and all of its details. And I feel like at this same event, we're going to hear more about Sony's plans with the PC platform. If there's any updates on this particular topic, I will 100% be making a video because this is something that really intrigues me because I love Sony's exclusives. They're really top-notch quality games. Microsoft has some pretty good games too, but I'm just saying Sony has been knocking it out of the park for the last couple of years, and I just have loved pretty much everything that they've put out there. I haven't been able to play a lot of it, but everything is just top-notch quality. And just from everyone's reactions to their games, I think that's pretty obvious. So I would love nothing more than for Sony's future games and even previous games to come to PC. I would really love it if Sony somehow brought all of their previous games from PS3 and everything to PC. I'm not sure if they would be able to do that. It would take a lot of work, but damn, would that ever be amazing. Could you imagine being able to play games like Resistance, Infamous, and so many others? It would be the best thing ever. All those games could come to PC. Complete dream world. It's probably never going to happen, but damn, would it ever be amazing. I want to know your guys' thoughts on all this down in the comment section below. But that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please smack that like button down below. Subscribe, join the good fight if you haven't already, and ring that bell icon to stay updated in all of my future videos. Be super greatly appreciated as always. And until next time, this is Apoqsi signing off.